5, 4, 3, 2.
Tier 1 performance.
Hey guys, welcome back to the In and Out Talks. I am your host, Jordan Powell, and we are here today with a very special guest, Mr. Cody Smith. Cody, I appreciate you taking the time to come down here. I know you're a very busy dude training and rehabbing, but for those of those guests that are watching and they don't know who you are, go ahead and explain where you're from and how you got into baseball.
Okay, so I grew up in the Oak Ridge area, kind of around the Woodlands. It's a bigger spot that everybody kind of knows, but
Yeah.
we didn't grow up rich like Woodlands kids. I got into baseball kind of late compared to kids now. I got in at like 9 years old, just playing Little League at Orwell. Went straight into coach pitch, didn't do T-ball or nothing. Or not even coach pitch, straight into kid pitch. My mom got me into it. She was a hell of a softball player at SFA.
Oh, wow.
Which is part of the reason I wanted to go to SFA, and I eventually did. But hell of a softball player, All-American, national champion in college, played some pro for a bit, traveled with the Olympic team. Like,
Are you stating you get your athleticism from your mom?
I don't know if I can compare to my mom. She was a badass. Like, in comparison, I'm nothing compared to what she did for the sport.
Absolutely.
She made softball like a UIL sport in Texas. She battled Title IX lawsuits and everything. Like, she was big for women's athletics.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Got started there, and I played Little League for a couple years, and then I got right into travel ball at around 11.
Okay.
I was a smaller kid growing up. Like, by the time I was a freshman in high school, I didn't make the prep teams or anything like that going into high school. I was kind of doubted for my size. Were you always on
the smaller side? Because, the camera may fool you because you're massive now. But
Thanks.
So where were you? Were you always, on the undersized? Like, people you're shorter, skinnier, always fighting up?
I was normal until about middle school, and then it seemed like everybody hit puberty early. I really didn't grow until I was, 16. As a freshman in high school, I think I was about 4'11", maybe 5'1" with my good shoes on, and I was, 90 pounds, 95 pounds.
You haven't been just declared a pitcher, right? You're still playing everything you can?
Yeah, I was an infielder through and through. I was never a great hitter.
Okay.
I was very fast, had good defense, tried to play the game the right way, situationally, hitting and everything.
So when you got to Oak Ridge High School, let's jump to your 16 when you've actually started growing into your body and now college is looking realistic. Who did you play for? Travel ball wise?
So I played for the Woodlands Warriors whenever I was younger.
Okay.
And then around the time I was 15, I got into WBA. It's ran by Angel Romero.
Okay.
He was a big mentor of mine, and he was the first coach that really believed in me and tried to get me to develop instead of just go get me some wins. You know? Today, that's not as common in travel ball. It's all about winning and rankings.
Yeah, it's all about execution and delivery now versus the actual development.
Yeah.
So he kind of spent a little bit of time developing you into an actual baseball player and giving you your own skill set.
Yeah.
So is that when you started making that move over to being a pitcher, or you're still playing infield?
So can I backtrack just a little bit?
Go ahead.
So my freshman year, I was actually the manager for my high school team.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even make the team.
We
had 25 kids in my class, and we actually had 2 freshman teams.
Oh, wow.
Didn't make either.
That is insane. Is that due to, a lot of talent? Or?
Yeah, a lot of talent. I wasn't an unskilled kid. I wasn't big enough to play with the bigger kids.
And to preface this, because for those we got guys that watch out of state, you were in an area that it was high development of baseball players. It was arguably in the North Houston area one of the most competitive places you could probably find baseball in Houston area alone or Texas in general.
Yeah, first rounders out of high school every year in my area.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Crazy. Literally 5 minutes down the road, and it's like you got an MLB prospect right here. You have to go compete against first spot of your high school team.
I had no shot. Like, and that's just being realistic. I wasn't talented enough to play. I had the skills comparatively to other areas if I went and played there, but
so that didn't deter you though, because you went in as the manager still, and then how'd you build yourself back?
I sophomore year, same kind of deal. Didn't grow. Asked me to be a manager again. I was like, no, I'm good. I didn't like the whole dynamic of like the bullying and everything like that.
I'm sure the dynamic is drastically different.
Yeah,
everyone can understand that.
Just focused on travel ball and everything. Did other sports like wrestling. Tried to get into working out, putting on weight.
Yeah.
Struggled mentally bad. Junior year came around. Made JV. I started to kind of switch to outfield because they told me, hey, bro, you're not playing infield. Like, sorry, you're not a third baseman.
Everyone and their mom wants to be an infielder,
yeah,
right?
bro. Like, if you want playing inside, move to outfield. I grew probably to about maybe 5'9", 140 my junior year. And I started to kind of pick up some velo and some strength. That's the first time at school we started lifting.
Okay.
My high school coach brought in some of his Navy SEAL buddies that like put us through workouts and everything, and it was hell.
It was hell.
It was hell. We literally had hell weeks. If y'all don't know what that is, it's Navy SEAL training. It's crazy. So
high school, right?
Junior year happens. Played JV the whole year. Got brought up to varsity for playoffs. Started to really have fun with baseball. It's been work.
Started fall back in love now that you were actually playing.
Senior year comes around, and I really start to put on some size. I'm around 6 foot at the time, and I'm still fairly skinny. I'm like 170.
Okay.
Full outfielder now. I still have not pitched an inning at all. Wow. I started to have a cannon. I was starting to hit some 90s from the outfield.
All that training is finally catching up.
Starting to catch up. I played like 2 district games and a bunch of tournaments, and then COVID happened spring break my senior year in 2020.
Oh, that's right.
Recruiting gone.
Gone.
I went to some camps here and there. I didn't really get anything. I got a talk about a walk-on spot at SFA as an infielder, and I knew, man, I'm going to get cut as an infielder. Yeah. So I play the summer after my senior year.
Can I pause for a second? So while you're in COVID, are you still training, or are you kind of just like desperation mode, I'm just reaching out, or are you like, hey, there's a pandemic going, there's nothing I can do, I'm kind of just cold turkey?
Oh, no, I didn't slow down.
You kept going?
Yeah. Didn't slow down at all in COVID. I was like, man, I kind of saw this as a blessing. Like, all these guys start getting recruited their sophomore, junior year of high school. I didn't play an inning of varsity yet as a senior. Time to play catch-up. Let's go. Other guys are kind of sleeping in every day, taking it easy. They're already committed. I had to get to the grindstone in the summer in the pandemic. This is my last shot.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. And so using that, you ended up getting an opportunity at SFA to walk on, but not as an infielder. So, or I guess it was an infielder, but you were like, I know I'm not going to go in as an infielder. Yeah,
the coach, shout out Johnny Cardenas. Yeah. He knew who I was because of my mom and everything, and they had some mutual friends, and he told me, we're out of money. You could walk on as an infielder. We could see what we could do. And in my head, COVID happened. I was like, man, it's not going to work out. I could tell outfield was my way in. So summer after my senior year, that was like January before all that. Summer happens, my senior year, pandemic. I'm playing travel ball, PG tournaments, 5-tool, everything I can get my hands on, every showcase, picking up for different teams even.
Yeah.
This is still kind of with WBA. And I remember I ball out in the summer. For the first time, I feel like I'm the man on my team.
Okay.
I have so much fun that summer, and it kind of comes to a halt. July happens. I still am not sure where I'm going. SFA was going to be my fallback.
Okay, so you were still looking to get picked up on your own.
Yeah, I already put a down payment on my dorm and everything for SFA, and with a random guy. It wasn't even another athlete. It was just a normal student. And yeah. So
what right about now, you are you're about what, 6 foot? Are you 180, 190?
I'm about 180 now in the summer. Yeah.
Okay. Best shape of your life so far?
So far, that was the biggest I've ever been.
Okay. And you're feeling good baseball wise. You just got to find a field to play for.
Yeah, I was feeling good. I was balling out. The last tournament happens like July 26th.
Okay.
And I'm walking out, and this is at in Cypress, Premier. I'm walking out, and I'm like, that might have been my last day of baseball. And
it's a gut-wrenching feeling.
Yeah, and I'm walking to the parking lot, kind of like tears in my eyes, like, damn, that was really it. And I hear these people, a little side conversation happening about a showcase the next day on a Monday. Like, a whole bunch of JUCOs are going to be there. And I'm like, I don't care what I got to do, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
So I'd be there like 6 or 7 in the morning to like get measurements and everything done. I show up uninvited.
Where is this at?
This is at Premier.
Oh, is that Premier?
This is back at Premier the next day.
Okay.
Show up uninvited, unannounced. I just tell them my name. I'm like, yeah, I'm on there. I don't know why y'all don't have me on the list. It was for like juniors, and I had already graduated a month ago. And they put me through everything 60 times,
You're just dominating these juniors.
Bro, I hit like 95 off the tee. All these other guys are like, in the 80s, maybe a 90. I throw like 92 from the outfield. These other guys, 85, 84.
Absolutely. Just dominating.
I ran probably like a 6'8" at the time. Pretty decent. And Jimmy Kirk, who was a volunteer assistant for San Jack, pulls me to the side. Hey, man, I have this coach. I think he needs you on his team. We don't have room at San Jack, but I'll tell him about you, and I'll try to set up a meeting for you. So this was for Richland College, which is where I ended up going in Dallas. Super competitive JUCO in the Dallas area.
And I believe you ended up being the first team all-conference in that as well, and you ended up were you JUCO All-American or JUCO All-Player of the Year, something like that?
Yeah. I was like reliever of the year, and I was first team all-conference.
So you still balled out.
Yeah.
You went there. You still balled
out. Okay, so to backtrack a little, like a month before that, we have a private tryout for this Richland coach.
Okay,
WBA.
so you ended up meeting him up, and you got a tryout.
I already knew who the guy was.
Okay.
I met him at a private tryout at my travel ball practice. He came to look at some players and whatnot, and he told me he didn't want me.
Whoa.
At our private little tryout. And I was like, okay, I never heard of Richland College anyways. Like, screw this guy.
Yeah.
And then the end of the summer happens. Jimmy Kirk sets me up with him. I'm like, oh, my God. I don't know if he'll remember me. I didn't, like show my ass to him or anything.
Yeah.
I was respectful, but I was, like, disappointed. Like, bro, you're a nobody JUCO and you don't want me? And I feel like I'm pretty talented.
I'm balling out right now? Yeah, exactly.
So I set up the meeting with him. Me and my mom go down to meet him in Houston. And he tells me, hey, man, super old guy, super stoic. And he's like, yeah, we don't really have room. We have 73 guys on the roster already coming in the fall. Can't promise you anything.
Goodness.
I'm like, all right, bro, well, it's all I got. So I don't even sign a letter of intent. It's just word to word. Yeah, just mouth to mouth.
Sure, I'll be there.
So it was all online school at the time because of COVID.
Oh, that's right.
No in-person classes.
Right.
So I signed up for classes. I start taking them in August, like 2 weeks later, because that's how late it was. And don't hear anything from them about reporting to practice or nothing like that. And it gets to October, and he said that was around the time that things would pick up and we would be allowed to practice.
Okay.
And I pick up for a team. I'm still playing.
Okay.
Through this is like the last weekend of September.
So
I
you're
meet
not
a guy.
at the school. You're still back home.
I'm still back home. I'm working. I'm doing online school. I'm playing when I can, training and stuff. I pick up for a team, and there was a kid named Luke Farias who went to Atascocita same year, 2020, who was an infielder committed to Richland.
Okay.
And I meet him for the first time in September, picking up for this team, playing. And he's like, "Oh, you're committed to Richland, bro? Like, where are you gonna move in at? Like, when are you heading up there next week?" I'm like, "Next week?" The coach never texted me.
Never told you when
Never told me when to come. And I can go back and show text messages like
you were in communication with him.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey man, like, when do I report? Where can I find an apartment? Who can you set me up with roommate wise?" Radio silence. So if I didn't pick up for this kid, like for this team, I would have never met this kid who would have told me,
this is where I am, and then you would have missed all your opportunities.
Yeah, so
it's crazy that like they're still not giving it to you after you're all struggling. You have to still make your own avenue to get to where you want to be. And this is all behind the scenes of someone who's not sought out, which is, I think, majority of how recruiting is. Like, everyone wants to be that dream D1 guy, like, oh, I'm the guy on campus, but it's hardly ever like that.
Yeah.
Even mine wasn't like that. I felt like I had an amazing high school career, and I felt like everyone was talking about me. And then, you know, I tried to go on my recruiting visit, and, like, they couldn't even remember my name. You know, I was just like, or they maybe I think I'm somebody else. Like, I went on a trip to Rice, and they had signed, like, literally 2 guys higher ranked above me, same dynamic player, same guy. We all know each other, and they signed 2 guys, and then they're like, oh, yeah, you can come here if you want. I'm just like, all right.
No thanks,
That
bro.
was
yeah.
insultingly, no, respectfully not, you
Yeah.
know? But, okay, so you end up finding out from the dude from Atascocita that you had to go up there next week, so what ended up happening?
So he gives me the assistant coach's number. I text him. He gets me a roommate. I buy the apartment, like, that night.
Damn.
And then I go up next week. My mom helps me move in. It's a little 1-bedroom apartment. I'm splitting with another guy on the team that I just met.
Don't know.
He was like 21 or 22
It's about as college as it gets.
from Michigan, who threw like 96. Like, he was a dude. And I'm a nobody from high school that, like, barely played varsity and, you know, got cut twice. I'm like, damn, all these guys on this team were like the dude from where they're from, and I never was. So
You have nothing to lose, though.
I have nothing to lose. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
It's the first. I have all online school.
Yeah.
We only were allowed to practice like 2 hours a day, Monday through Thursday.
Oh, did you have to wear masks, too?
Yeah, we had to wear masks, the whole spiel. I remember having maskne so bad, hot as hell.
Yeah, because sweating all through that thing.
So 8 hours a week practice, all online school. Bro.
Living the dream.
Bro, we had so much fun in JUCO. Oh, my gosh.
So then, so when it finally boils down to it, when did you decide, like, I got to be a pitcher now? When did you make this transition?
That was never really decided. I didn't make that decision. It was decided for me.
Okay.
I go like 2 for 20 my freshman fall. I did bad. Like, I had 2 bombs and literally struck out probably 15 times.
Okay.
I could not see the ball. Like, these kids.
But when
were
you got it, you got
humming
it.
When I got it, I got it. I was a little bigger. I was like 190 now, 195.
But this pitching, I think, was on a different level than you were accustomed to seeing, or was it just like you just couldn't see it?
I just couldn't see it. Like I said, I was never really a talented hitter. I just did everything else right.
Okay.
And so the fall ends, and we go home for Thanksgiving break, and we stay all the way through Christmas to January. Like, we don't go back because we weren't allowed to practice either.
Right.
Restrictions. I remember I start my classes in January, and I went to the gym like 6 days a week, pick up basketball, just being as active as I could, staying in shape. Because that's a long stretch from the beginning of November to the end of January.
100%.
So, like a week before we were supposed to go back for practice and everything, still online class and everything, not having school, just for practice, we get a text from our head coach, this long, big text, paragraph. Hey, guys, season's canceled. Let us know if you need anything. We'll try to send you elsewhere, blah, blah, blah. Devastated. I text him immediately, hey, please get me somewhere. Please get me somewhere. I'll do whatever I need to. Radio silence again. Bro, he wasn't lying when he said we had like 73 guys. I bet you he barely knew my name. Like,
there was actually that many guys.
There was actually that many guys in JUCO. Like, it was nuts.
It was an absolute madhouse, huh?
What happens is a bunch of our more talented pitchers and more talented players leave. Easily. They go find somewhere else to play. We petition, and like 2 weeks later, we get the season back on.
Oh, okay.
And so now we're reporting like the end of January.
But your guys, there are guys that have already left.
Yeah, guys have left. So now we're trying to scrape together a team. My coach tells me straight up, hey, bro, I planned on cutting you, but I need you to learn how to pitch. And, like, I throw, like, 3 or 4 bullpens.
All the dominoes are falling for you now.
I throw, like, 3 or 4 bullpens. Like, I think I barely threw a ball.
But, like, this is without any work on pitching, right?
No
this
work on pitching.
Just got up on that mound, threw hard. So you're a thrower right now.
I was a thrower. Like, I had a cannon from the outfield. I hadn't pitched since, like, 12U. 0 innings in high school.
Okay.
Throw like 3 bullpens, 4 bullpens, including like some like scrimmage games.
Okay.
And
How were the outings? Decent?
great. Like I was probably like, I think my first one I was like 83 to 86. Not bad for like first time on a mound.
Not bad at all.
Couldn't really throw anything but like a curveball.
So 2-pitch kind of
No
guy.
runs. Yeah, no
Okay.
runs at all.
He's using you as like he's just seeing what you got.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like 1-2 innings at a time. Opening day comes like 3 weeks later. I'm our starter.
No
Opening
way.
day.
Oh wow.
And I
Okay.
remember first inning was pretty easy. Our first game against Brookhaven, who was like number 2 in the nation. They ended up winning like 43 games that year. Like insane team.
Oh wow.
I get taken out in the second inning. I gave up. I gave up like at least 2 nukes. I didn't know how to throw a changeup, so I just kind of slowed my arm down. And I remember like it was yesterday.
Super telegraphing it.
Yeah. And I had a horrible first half of the season my freshman year. Horrible.
Makes sense. New position, pitching of all things.
Pitching of all things.
And then
I was immediately moved from starter to reliever after one outing.
Getting the start is kind of crazy, and that's brutal. Just start off your pitching career as a starter, that's brutal.
Yeah.
You know?
And I remember we actually had a spring break. The only time in my life I've ever had a spring break because of baseball. The last game before spring break, we were tied with Eastfield, who they were ranked 2. They were like number 5. So we had number 2 and number 5 in the nation in our conference.
Oh, wow.
And we were tied for second or third place. And last game before spring break, and I remember, and this is why this is still my walkout song to this day, Dream On by Aerosmith starts playing at the field, and I come out. It's the like 8th inning, tie game, and I just kind of get like this feeling of I don't care anymore. Like I'm just gonna go and throw.
Yeah,
I don't
nothing
care about.
matters.
I was domed up thinking about my entire past, everything that year.
Oh, this is your climax movie moment.
This
coming
is
on.
like where I can pinpoint things turned around. I struck out 6 to end the game, 8th and 9th inning. We go on spring break. We're number 2 in the conference now because we won that last game. And the entire second half of the year, I went from like a 6 ERA to like a sub 2.
Oh.
I didn't let a run score the entire second half of the year, and I became like our closer.
So you had a mental shift within yourself.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily some coach showed you. You kind of just, I think all the mental struggles and battles you dealt with, right? You were kind of able to like, all right, this is me, this is who I am, and this is my game. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I was just
at the
like,
end of the day, I'm just going to do what I need to do.
I was like, dude, I may not go anywhere after JUCO. Like, this might be my second to last year. I'm just have fun with the guys. Like,
And I always say, and it's because I recognize this in college too. When your back's against the wall and all of a sudden you stop, it's almost like less is more. When you stop caring, it's like all of a sudden like everything just comes out and you start balling out. For example, when I played in the NECBL in New England for the Sanford Mainers, I think we had a bunch of selfish guys, and we were in Maine. None of us are from Maine. We just want to go home, and we're playing summer ball. And summer ball can be brutal. You can play like 60-some games or 40-some games after you've done a main season, and we all just wanted to go home. And we were losing, so we were just like, guys, if we just continue to lose, like we'll probably just be home, and we have like 3 weeks of summer, and we go back in the fall. And so we stopped caring, and then we start turning it around. Like, I mean, all of us individually, we just stopped caring. Didn't care, like, hey, what's whatever, let's just play. And next thing you know, we're in the championship.
oh, yeah.
And we have like 1 week in between school and summer ball, and we ended up making it all the way. We ended up losing because at the end we were like, hey, let's care. And we ended up losing, but it's so funny how that works when your back's against the wall, and then now all of a sudden nothing else matters. Just go out, have fun. And it's like, I don't care if this is the end of my career because I'm going to go out my way. And all of a sudden you just absolutely ball out. And you were able to take that mental battle. I mean, you had your own MJ moment. I would kind of consider it like, getting cut from high school twice, battling your way back, never played an absolute inning of varsity, which is outrageous. But I don't know any guy that's never played varsity and came back and played at the collegiate level, let alone gone D1 from it, and then you come back and your coach says, wasn't even going to tell you about it. Wasn't even going to tell you. Was going to cut you. Needs you out of desperation. You still decide to ball out. I mean, a lot of people would have stopped like 4 hills back. Like, you know, and I think that's impressive. And that's also why I think baseball is one of the hardest games and the most rewarding games, because your life was just like baseball. Your career was just like baseball, right? Your career might have been like 200 up throughout high school, right? I'm trying to do this. You get set back. You try to do this, doesn't work. And then you come back and you keep pushing, and then you get to college, and you're adult, you're all on your own. Ain't nobody there. Even mom can't really hold your hand or help you out. You're on your own with some strangers, and you decide mentally, this is it, and you're able to buckle down. I mean, that's the true essence of a baseball. That's a baller, a grinder. You know what I'm saying? Like a true JUCO bandit.
JUCO bandit,
true
baby.
JUCO
Yes,
bandit
sir.
is what that is. Like, that is the most JUCO story
I
I've
identified
ever
myself
seen.
like that was my identity. Was I'm a JUCO guy. I'm a grinder. This
You're
is
a
the
grinder.
perfect place for me. Yeah.
And that's why you get those teams that, like, you know, those teams that, like, hey, these guys are guaranteed to go to the playoffs. Your season's over after this. Those teams are the scariest. Because they'll just whoop your ass.
They're not supposed to be there.
They're not supposed to be there. They don't care.
Yeah.
And they'll just ruin. They're there to
They
ruin
have
your
no
day.
expectation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I love being the underdog. I'm here. I'm just here to ruin your day. No one cares if I win.
That's why baseball, it's the most beautiful sport there is. They
Yeah.
could have all the prospects on paper. They are guaranteed to win. And one odd day, whatever team, you can be
Yeah.
beaten by anybody on any given day.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Also, why I don't gamble on baseball.
No,
Never do.
No prize
no
picks,
draft
no
kings, no
underdog,
nothing,
nope.
none of that. So how did you? So by you balling out, I mean, you ended up getting these awards. I have them written down. You were DAC first team all conference. You were a JUCO all star, NYCBL player of the year. All after this defining moment for you. How did you end up back at SFA then?
So, summer happens. I play summer ball for Jimmy Kirk, just in the Houston area.
Okay.
And my velo starts ticking up. I was like 83, 86, beginning of the season. Started learning pitchability, tunneling, basics.
Yeah. Learning to be a pitcher. Actually.
Learning how to be a pitcher, not just a
So
thrower.
actually, yeah, those ceiling's only gonna keep rising.
And I start ticking up in velo, and my coaches call me in the summer for my exit meeting of the year. Like, hey man, you were selected in the All-Star game, September 26th at Dallas Baptist University.
DVU, yep.
Yeah. And so the entire fall, like, we get there and life's finally back to normal. We have in-person classes. We have the true JUCO practice time, which there's no restrictions. Like, the 20-hour weeks don't exist. we had like weight room in the morning. Then we went to class. We had practice for like 4 or 5 hours. Then we had weight room at night. So like altogether, probably close to like 30, 40 hours.
A lot of that optional.
Optional, not optional.
Volunteer, yeah, for sure. 100%.
So we had a ton of talented bounce backs and transfers come in my sophomore year because of what we did my freshman year. Like, we went from like not really being expected anything of us to, oh wow, we're a top 10 in the nation contender. A whole bunch of guys came with us. So now I had to like fight for a spot again. Like, there were
loyalty.
I was like the guy coming back. Like, I was the pitcher on our team coming back. I was the man finally.
Yeah.
And
Now you got all those targets on you.
and I've never had an ego before. I had to learn. I've always been on this side. Now I'm kind of on the
Side.
upper side of things.
Fighting for what's yours.
And
yeah.
the baseball gods are real. Like, that humble pie everybody talks about, dude.
Oh yeah.
I have a good fall. I try to be a good leader. My friends that were with me, everybody's great, dude. Everybody's very team-oriented, despite having another 50 guys now in the fall again.
I was about to say, it's got to be hard coming from that guy who's always been the underdog to be now everyone's following you, listening to you, and
I had no idea how to do
you're
it.
thrown into that role. And
Yeah.
this isn't like a high school team. These aren't kids.
No.
These are grown adults. Some
Yeah.
of these dudes are older than you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard. I understand.
Yeah.
Coming from that.
And so I play in the All-Star game, and it was a little disheartening because every arm on those two teams was, low to mid-nines, absolute snapdragons, like electric stuff. They were getting pieced. They were getting pieced.
Because those hitters are just as good.
Like,
yeah.
I remember Tyler, there was a kid from Tyler Junior College that threw like 96 to 98. The inning before me, I had to follow him. He gave up like 3. And I threw the 9th inning. I gave up no hits, no runs, no walks. But I was like I was probably like 87, 89.
That's pitching, baby.
That's pitching, bro.
That's pitching, baby.
I threw backwards. I showed my stuff.
There's absolutely, you want to succeed. There's no reason to be like, and that's why when we played in those All-Star games, I loved pitchers that just like, I'm a flamethrower. My 97 got me here. That's fine. I play 97 every Friday. So please, I want you to, in this moment right now, show me your 97. I don't want to see, however, you throw me 2 backdoor sliders to start me off in an All-Star game.
Yeah.
Because that's my weakness, and I don't want to show that in front of these scouts. However, probably a backdoor slider is not your specialty.
Right.
Right? So, but like, if you were to do that to me, I'd be like, oh, this dude's pitching me like I'm a freaking 4-hole batter.
Yeah.
But you give me that guy that throws 97, yeah. I'll see you, because like, what else are you gonna try and do?
Just
you're trying to show off.
Ball,
yeah.
then down the middle cookie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like what? I mean, you're trying to show off for these guys. You're not even looking at me, and that's how a lot of pitchers, I feel like, think when I was doing that. When I went to my conference or any CBL All-Star game, like I played, and then at first I was like, man, this guy's like he's definitely a slider, and this guy tried to throw 92 by me. Spare me, dude. Don't even. You should have read my scouting report. Like, I swing at the first pitch.
Yeah.
But you end up being a great pitcher, and you ball out at this All-Star game. What'd that lead to?
I got a couple small offers. Like I said, the velo wasn't there.
How was that?
Flashing.
How was those offers, though? Must have been exciting. Finally hearing your name.
I felt like it was like NFL draft day when they call you. It's like, Mama, I'm going to the league, Mama.
I'm going to college.
Yeah. And same thing, the ego, didn't really know how to handle it well.
I think you need an ego, though. You definitely need an ego, especially when you play. I'm not saying it has to show. I definitely, because I don't show my ego when I play. However, when I get in the dugout, my ego's definitely ripping a lot.
No,
but you definitely need it.
It can be a positive thing, but it was very negative towards my development at the time.
I understand.
In the longer span of things, like, it was good for my growth, learning how to handle those types of feelings and everything, and truly being a better human being and not putting your identity in your performance and everything.
Right. You have to be able to separate it.
Yeah. And I wasn't. So I was getting these offers. My teammates are hyping me up every day at practice.
Right. It's a good feeling.
It was a great feeling.
Yeah.
Finished up a good fall, and I remember they were very, very putting me on a time constraint of, hey, if you don't sign within, a week, like, we got to move on, pull your scholarship, we got to offer it to another guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, like, really, I didn't come from a great financial situation, like my home life. So I tried to hustle as much as I could. Academics were always there, and try to get the most athletic money too.
Right, you're trying to find financially what's the best situation for you.
So SFA contacts me, and they tell me again, like, hey, preferred walk-on spot, like, we'd love to have you. We're just out of money at this point, which was kind of a spit in my face because my teammate at Richland just got offered
the same thing.
He got offered money.
Oh.
He got offered money, and I didn't. And I was like, man, this kid, loved the guy. He wasn't here last year. I know he didn't have as good as a year as me last year.
Right.
So I ended up signing to Prairie View A&M.
Oh.
On a pretty good amount of money. I don't know what percent it was, but I didn't have to pay a thing in tuition with my academics and everything.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I have kind of that ego crisis in the spring. Looking back, what I should have done was ride it out and not
be quick to jump.
Yeah, not quick to jump on those offers. I probably could have got something better in the spring, but I jumped on it.
First time.
Yeah, you live and learn. And I love the coaching staff at PV. They really loved me, and they made me – I get people jokes at me all the time, like, oh, you're the white guy at HBC, blah, 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 which really wasn't true. Our whole pitching staff was mixed, but they loved me, and they made me feel welcome. I had no idea what it would pan out to be. I went on the visit and everything there, and I was, like, looking around like, oh, wow, this is I didn't know what an HBCU was.
Yeah.
It was Division I. It was close to home in Houston. They were giving me money. Dude, I'm going to go.
What else do you need?
I go on the visit there, and I'm looking around like, oh, this is different. Like,
it's completely different.
People don't want me here. Like, staff and students are like, white boy, we don't want you here. Like, oh, wow. It's crazy.
Completely different. And it's only like, it's not that far from Texas A&M too. Like,
No, 45 minutes
Yeah.
from College Station.
yeah. It's
in
completely
Waller.
different. It's a completely different culture.
Yeah. But I loved all my teammates there. I love my coaching staff there.
We all a good team? How'd y'all do?
I think we won maybe 30 games.
Okay.
Middle of the pack.
Okay.
But the first time I initially got my shoulder issues was the summer after JUCO and before I went to PV. I was playing in the New York Collegiate Baseball League, NYCBL.
Who'd you play for?
I played for the Genesee Rapids.
Okay.
I believe it's one of the 11 MLB-affiliated summer leagues, like Northwoods, Cape Cod.
Right.
I think there's 11 of them, and it's
That's
one.
right, yep.
I thought in my mind I got to be a starter again. I went away from the reliever thing, and I told my coaches there, I'm a starter. I'm going to be a starter at my university. I need innings.
Why'd you feel that you had to push away from relieving?
Because I was looking at getting drafted. Like, I thought I had a real chance of getting drafted, and I was like, I don't have an absolute, like,
Did you want something more like more uniform, so you had something more regimented to go off of?
More regimented, and I thought, man, the guys that get drafted are the Friday night guys. Like,
That is true. No, yeah.
Not that many relievers get picked up. You know, not many Saturday or Sunday guys.
Most of your starters get turned into relievers, right?
Right. So I'm thinking, man, if I'm going to go to the next level, I got to start at this level.
Okay.
I ball out in the summer like crazy, and there were some really talented guys. Velo ticked up. I was like 90, 93 now. All my pitches were there. Curveball, changeup, pitchability was there.
Yeah.
I dealt with the ego death in the spring. Didn't have a great sophomore year, so like I learned the mental side of things.
The other half of the mental.
The other half of the mental things, dealing with failure after being at the top now.
Correct, yeah.
Get to PV, I hurt my shoulder in my last game in New York. I felt a little pop, and it was like a 26-hour drive home from New York back here to Houston. And the whole time, my shoulder's killing me in the car. And
yeah.
my coaches texting me about my summer stats and everything, and I don't tell them about
Anything
it.
about the shoulder.
I get my first bullpen at PV, and I'm 86. I'm like, oh.
86 with pain or 86 just for some reason?
No, 86 with pain. And I was up to 93. Like, I was hitting 93s consistently in the summer, starting,
Right.
holding that through the 6 innings.
Right.
And I go and throw my pen at PV, and I'm 86. I'm like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this just got real. I've never
Yeah.
dealt with injury before. I end up, like, kind of going back on that, throwing backwards, you know, pitchability stuff. Not
Going back
relying,
to what you know?
Yeah. I have a great junior year. I was off and on the IL.
You ever going back into the 90s throughout this season or no?
I might have touched a 9 like maybe once.
Just straight adrenaline?
Strictly reliever, though.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I was an 8th or 9th inning guy. Yeah, straight adrenaline. Arm killed me every time I threw. I just kind of like got through it. I was like, I got to put up my numbers. This is
Yeah.
my draft year.
Right. I
And
understand
in the
that.
meantime, there's this guy at LSU named Paul Skeens that is putting up numbers, and I'm trying to chase him. I'm like,
Never heard of him.
never heard. No, this was right when he transferred. So like nobody really
Right
knew.
after he went to the Air Force,
Yeah.
and then he.
Everybody was
Yeah.
talking about this Paul Skeens guy, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I need to put numbers up. And so I decide after that year, like, my arm hurts. I need to get help medically, you know, see orthopedic. I hit the transfer portal. SFA rings me again. And I'm like, okay, I got to go. Like,
Yeah.
PV was great. I loved a lot about it. I think academically it didn't give me enough to set up my life after baseball.
Okay.
And I didn't feel like I was used like I should have been.
Okay.
A whole lot of things went into transferring, like it does with everybody. But I still speak very, very highly of my guys at PV and my coaching staff at PV. It just wasn't the right fit.
It wasn't the right fit, but it was good enough to get you to where you needed to be.
Right.
And I mean, everybody's journey is different. You got some guys that transfer every year. You got some guys that stay all 4 years. Some guys that never make it. Right. So when you get to SFA, you've gotten your arm checked out. What is the diagnosis?
Well, so I get a phone call from Cardenas, the head coach at SFA. This is the third time I've talked to him now. And I'm in the orthopedics office getting me checked out. Slight tear of the labrum, no big deal. You know, just go to PT twice a week and rehab and take it slow and you should be good. Like, the tears aren't bad.
Yeah.
You know, every baseball player's labrum is torn some way or another.
I certainly feel mine.
So I get to SFA. I pass my physicals, my screenings and everything. My first bullpen at SFA, I didn't play that summer. I just worked.
You just took it all off.
Yeah, I didn't play.
Good.
I just focused on rehabbing and my throwing progression and everything, no games. First bullpen at SFA in August, 81.
Got worse. Dude,
Got worse. And the pain was up and down. I knew it was still there.
Are we talking like scar tissue here? That's why?
I think partially, yeah.
Okay.
For sure. And so I'm shut down at SFA, and I got to get in a whole new environment, new team.
And you can't even do your thing.
I can't do my thing. I'm not blacklisted from the team, but I'm set to the side, you know. I know I'm not going to be one of the essential players, and
right. Well, they
I'm
can't
treated
focus
as
on you.
such. Yeah, I'm treated as such.
100%.
And that was a really hard thing to go through. And so I remember the eligibility rules started to change a little bit. Like, this whole time when I got to SFA, that 2021 in Dallas, my freshman year, was awarded back to us because we only played 35 games my freshman year.
Right. Okay. That's nice.
So the entire time at PV my junior year, I was technically a sophomore by eligibility rules. So I'm thinking I got 2 years at SFA. And so I told my coach, I'm going to play no matter what. I got a whole nother year here anyways. Like, I want to be on the field. I want to do what I can to help the team win, even if I only get to play half the season. Well, at the halfway mark, I finally get cleared. And my first 2 games, I think, was against DBU and Texas Tech, they were both top 25 in the nation at the time. Brother.
Talk about no stranger to adversity.
Another humble pie.
Yeah.
Humble pie. Man, just got pieced, like, destroyed my mental. Like, I've been rehabbing from August to March.
Tough teams to go right back out to.
There's levels for sure. Like, we're mid-major who's had some success in the past, but these are NCAA appearance. They have an appearance every year in the tournament.
Yeah, they're coming
and they win games in the tournament every year. Big 12, and I think they were American. They got out of Sunbelt, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting kind of lost here.
No, well, you were just saying that you just got back, humbled. Now we're back into being clear. Season's halfway gone then.
Right. So season's halfway done. Right before I get on the bus to go to Lubbock, I have a talk with my compliance officer, and he tells me they're no longer honoring that 2021 year.
He told you this after.
This is right as I'm about to get on the bus to go to Lubbock for the last half of the season.
Oh no.
So I was really domed up about that because I wanted to keep my word to my coach.
Yeah.
And he told me, hey man, it's up to you, whatever you decide. Like, I support you. And I was like, man, I gotta be a man of my word. Like, I told him I was gonna play. So I'm gonna. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I got March to May, and I'm done. So I go. First couple games are rough, and then I turn it around. I pitch really well. Shoulder still up and down hurting. Velo's still not what it was.
But you're making it work.
I'm making it work. And then now I have to change my degree plan a little bit because I thought I had another year at SFA.
Right.
So now I'm changing my minor to graduate in December now instead of the next year.
Right.
So I go.
What is your major?
I did kinesiology, exercise science.
Okay.
All my stuff was set up to where I'd graduate with all my physical therapy prereqs.
Nice.
And excuse me.
You're good.
And then I would be able to apply to physical therapy school.
Yep.
That doesn't happen. I changed my minor and everything. All those classes I don't take. I do like psychology because it's what I had the most elective credits in. Graduate in December. And then I'm working as a trainer after I graduate in December. And I get a call from one of my JUCO buddies.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm playing indie ball up in Oregon, and my coach says they need an arm, and I thought about you. Like, you want to come play? I'm like, bro, yes. So
From the rafters, that ray of light.
I'm sorry?
From the rafters, that ray of light came shining down again.
Yeah. And just by chance, like, this is a kid who I haven't talked to in 3 years now.
But where'd you know him from?
JUCO.
So this is from when that lasting impression when you were a leader at that junior college, and now he's remembering you. This is like, what, 2-3 years later?
Yeah, so that was 2022 in JUCO, and now I graduated 24 in December from SFA. This is like February of 25.
Well, that's sign enough that it wasn't all for nothing.
Right.
Because this dude came back and gave you your third chance at life.
Yeah.
Again, and not only that, it's professional.
It's professional.
So now you're about to be a pro who didn't even play a game of varsity baseball, and now you're about to be a professional baseball. That's sick.
So I go to Oregon, and I'm in the best shape of my life. I've
just graduated, no school, right?
Just graduated from SFA, no school. I'm just working, and I'm still through the entire fall. The entire summer and fall, I still trained, did everything I could. I knew I wasn't done. I knew I still had
more to give,
even though I couldn't play college anymore.
Absolutely.
I didn't really know what my direction was. I just knew if I worked hard enough, the path would kind of clear itself. And so I get that call, and I report in May, and same thing, I try to be a starter. I'm like, man, I got to start. I got to put up innings, and then something else will come from it. The very first game, I wasn't supposed to pitch. There was another starter that threw, and I was supposed to go on like a Friday. This is a Wednesday night.
Okay.
And the final score ended up being like 17-14. We used every pitcher we had. I was the last guy on the bench. It was Wednesday. I ended up closing that game out 3 up, 3 down, 2 Ks.
Nice.
And then I started the day after. So
back to back.
Yeah, I started the next day. I mean, we used every pitcher we had.
Yeah, you're literally the only guy that can go.
I threw the least amount of pitches out of everybody. And so he was like, give me what you can. Yes, sir. It's not, I can't. Like, I'm resting. No, bro, this is pro ball.
It's like, get out there.
Like,
if you want to play,
there's no babying, which there's really not in college. But to a point, they have to, be concerned about your well-being and your health.
Sure.
In pro ball, dude, they really don't care. They really don't care. Like, you better get out there and put up some zeros no matter what.
Yeah.
And so I go, and I know my velo's down a little bit, but I'm pitching my ass off. I have a great game. And then 2 days later, I break my foot at practice.
Doing what?
We were just running on the field. Turf field.
You just broke it.
I just broke my foot, like, randomly.
That's outrageous. Stress fracture?
Dude, I couldn't tell you. Like,
damn.
I literally was just running, and my foot, like, folded like this. Like, my toes went up to my ankle, kind of.
That's crazy.
And it broke the middle of my foot. I didn't know it was broken. I got up, and I walked in the parking lot, up the stadium steps, got home to the house I was sharing with, like, 9 other guys.
Yeah.
As one does in pro ball. I couldn't get out of the car. Like, I couldn't lift myself up out of the car seat.
Oh, crap.
And I had to go up these stairs, and I wake up in the morning, I elevate my foot. I wake up in the morning, and my foot is, like, twice the size. And I'm already telling my manager, my arm's bugging me again, blah, blah, blah. This foot was a sign. I had to come back home to Houston to get taken care of medically.
Yeah.
And just for shits and gigs, I checked my arm out again.
Yeah.
Because it still wasn't the same.
Of course, yeah. Might as well,
still wasn't.
If you're going to be out, get it all done.
Yes, get it all done. And I get the MRI and everything back, and they tell me, bro, like, your rotator cuff and your labrum is, like,
diminished.
It's shredded. You need surgery. And I really didn't like the bedside manner of the orthopedic I was seeing and what he was talking about doing and everything.
So you want to get a second opinion?
Yeah, I wanted to get a second opinion. I went to Dr. John Conway, who's a renowned orthopedic surgeon here in the Houston area. I mean, all over the world, but he's right here in Houston.
Works on a lot of guys.
Yeah. And he tells me, we're not going to anchor anything down. We're not going to surgically repair anything. We're just going to clean out all the bursitis, all the gunk in your shoulder. So that's what I did, and that was in the very end of September. I was just starting to walk again in, like, August. I never had a cast put on. I just had a boot. That's all I could do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I started here at the Den in December, and I made a plan with Tyler and with Doc about rehabbing and working here at the same time, and all of that led to right now. Like,
so how'd you get in touch with Tyler, and how'd you get in touch with the Den? I mean, this is a relatively new guy, and then like you're here a lot. So how did you end up at this place? What's this place special?
Well, I was doing odd jobs here and there just to try to make some money, and I was on LinkedIn, and James had reached out to me about a strength and conditioning job, and I was like, yeah. I came and I interviewed, and I told him, my plan is to go back to pro ball. I just had surgery. I just need to rehab and everything. They're like, well, that's great. We have a PT here in-house, 8 years with the Giants. Bro, perfect guy to see.
Seems like, the staff here, you as well, is like, this place is full of professional collegiate guys that have been through the works and know the ups and downs and they know the process. And then, so are you working here part-time as well while you're also rehabbing?
Yeah.
Helping out?
Yeah, so I'm strength coaching here, and I'm also rehabbing and training, trying to get back to it. My plan is to stay here through the summer, help them get through the chaos that is the summer with all these kids coming in every day.
Yes, huge fluctuation of kids.
And then continue rehabbing and playing. I already told my manager I'm not reporting to Oregon in May. He's trying to get me back. I'm like, man, I can't do it. Like, I decided, and Harrison Francis was part of this decision because he had been up to 97, and he was not going back to pro ball, wasn't ready mentally.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if a guy like that says he's not ready, who am I to say I can't put another 3-4 months of work in to see what I can do for another contract, staying through the summer. So I told my manager, I'm not coming back in May. I'm going to stay here and work and train a little longer and see what I can get in the fall, winter ball. So now we're all caught up.
That's good, man. Hey, that is a hell of a story, hell of a journey. You going through so much adversity, I think, has made you so mentally tough in your resolve mentally that it's going to keep taking you forward with your career. And my last question before we wrap this up, because I know we've been talking for almost an hour, if not more. If you had to give advice to kids out there, or to the kids you train, or to future baseball players that are really going through it, because it feels like you've almost went through every scenario possible for a baseball player, what would be your advice mentally to help them get through it and be strong? It may not be the physical aspect, but the mental aspect.
Mental aspect. I mean, faith was huge for me. I didn't grow up in the church. My parents were religious, but they kind of left it up to me and my siblings to want that for ourselves. I found faith in college while I was injured through some organizations at campus, so faith is big for me. Sports is such a small part, even though it's a big part of a lot of people's identity. In the grand scheme of things, like, we're on a floating rock in space.
Yeah.
Your sports problems are not that big a deal.
Yeah.
There's way more to life than how well you do in a sport.
Yeah.
And finding, separating your life from the field, that's huge. Having an identity outside the field, enjoying life outside of the game is big mentally. But really just knowing that there's always a plan in place, and you may not know what it is, but it's not your job to understand why the plan isn't what you want it to be, or you can't see the plan. You just gotta row. Like, God will push you wherever you need to go. You just gotta row.
Go the course.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great advice. Well, Cody, I appreciate you taking the time today to come out here and meet me. And, dude, we're gonna have you on again. Hopefully we see you on the back end when you're throwing again.
Thank you, brother.